Alright, this is section 6-4 on scale drawings and models. So, first order of business to understand what a scale is. And a scale, and the first scale I'm going to give you is 1 inch equals 3 feet. So this would be on, for say, a scale drawing or a map or some kind of model. So 1 inch represents 3 feet, but in actuality, in order to know what 1 inch represents, or the scale or scale factor, to do the scale factor, you actually have to put them all in the same units. So I'm going to convert feet to inches. 3 feet in inches, you would multiply by 12. So in actuality, this is 1 inch equals 36 inches. So in this case, this would be a 1 to 36 scale factor, or the scale or the drawing or the model would be 1/36th as a fraction, 1/36th the size of the actual. So that's an important concept to remember here. Let's go into example 1. Example 1 says a set of landscape plans shows a flower bed that's 6.5 inches wide and it gives you a scale of 1 inch equals 4 feet. What is the width of the actual flower bed? So we're trying to find the actual width. They give you a scale 1 inch to 4 feet. Every scale should be put as a fraction and put it in a proportion. And so this is inches over feet, and since they're giving you 6.5 inches and that's the scale, we need to figure out what the feet would be. So in this case, we're just going to cross multiply. So 1 times x equals 4 times 6.5. Divide by the number with the letter. So x equals whatever we get from 6.5 times 4, which happens to be 26, and that would be feet. All right. The other thing that you could do here is basically they're showing in the example to find the scale factor using a unit rate using a scale factor to find that 26 inches also. So that's another example in there. I don't think it's necessary to know though. Let's go to example 2. Example 2 says the penny has a diameter of 3/4 of an inch. Suppose the scale drawing of the penny has a diameter of 3 centimeters. What is the scale of the model? So they'll show you an example down there. I'll try to do my own. The scale here though, this would be, you always put the scale or the model over the actual. So it's always the model over the actual. The model has a diameter of 3 centimeters and the actual diameter of a penny is 3/4 of an inch. So in order to find the scale, we're trying to basically, any scale is always 1 something equals usually another number of something else. So we're trying to figure out if 3 centimeters is 3/4 of an inch, what is 1 centimeter? So that's what you're setting up here. So we can cross multiply here. We get 3 times x equals 3/4 times 1, divide by the number with the letter. So x equals, well, 3/4 times 1 is 3/4, and then you divide by 3. How do you divide 3/4 by 3? Well, stay, change, flip. 3/4 times 1/3. If you cross cancel, the 3's come out, leave you with 1's, and then your final answer would be 1/4. So this would be 1/4 of an inch. So your scale, back to the original question, scale is 1 centimeter equals 1/4 inch. That's the answer when you reread the question. Let's go to example number 3. Alright, so in this example, it says Alonzo is redecorating his bedroom. It tells you that his bedroom is 20 feet long by 12 feet wide. Doesn't matter really on that drawing which you label which. It says make a scale drawing of the room. Use a scale of 1/4 inch equals 4 feet. So what you're actually going to have to do here, you're going to have to do this in 2 steps. You have to do a proportion for the 12 feet, and you're going to have to do a proportion for the 20 feet. So let's start with the 12 feet. Let's use our scale here. 1/4 inch over 4 feet equals, and this would also be inches over feet, and this is 12 feet that we are converting. So it would be x inches. So you can cross multiply here, or if you notice a pattern, 4 times 3 is 12. We could actually take 1/4 times 3. And 1/4 times 3 is 3/4 of an inch. So there is the width, 3/4 of an inch. Let's go to step 2, and now we got to do the length. So we do the same thing. 1/4 of an inch over 4 feet equals inches over feet again, but this time we're using 20 feet, x inches. Again, you can cross multiply, but there is a pattern. 4 times 5 is 20, so we can do the same thing with 1/4 inch. 1/4 times 5 would be 5/4 of an inch, which is also the same as 1 1/4 inches. So it wants you to make a scale. So if you actually had your ruler, we would make a scale here. The width would be 3/4 of an inch, and the length or height, whatever you want to call it, would be 1 1/4 inches. So if you had a ruler, that's what drawing you would make. And so it says use a scale and make a scale drawing of the room. That would be my scale drawing of the room. Well, actually, if you notice, this should be longer, since that's longer than 3/4. But hopefully you get the point of what we are trying to do. Alright, that is example 3. Best of luck.